welcome to another episode of Raman Reasons. Before I go any further, I would like to request to all of you who are tuning in for the first time to subscribe to this channel, and also for those who've been regularly watching my videos, kindly press the like button and then also pass the word on to your friends about this channel where some good content is being put out. Okay, Gil and his boys have had enough time to celebrate. I'm sure that they've also had enough time to recover from their celebrations. And it's time now to move on to the iconic Lords for the third test. The series is nicely poised, isn't it? 1-1. We are into the third test, and England is being rattled. The inexperienced Indian side has gained confidence. They've created history, but it doesn't stop there. They got to be focused. They got to reset again and get their intensity levels going. And because it's a 5 match series, they can't afford to be complacent because things can really go down south if they are complacent. We saw this happening a little bit in the past when sides have been one up in the series and then they're gone on to lose the series as well. So therein lies the lesson for Gill and his boys to not repeat what happened in the past. Of course, sport is all about being in the moment, and these boys are aware of it. Now, let's see what exactly that Team India will do in the forthcoming Lord's Test. The equation is very simple. They'll sit and reflect on what they did extraordinarily well, which was just about everything in the last game, and how best to carry forward the momentum and perform at the same levels that they did at Edgbaston. They'll first need to sit and sort out whether they need to make any changes at all in the playing 11. Of course, I'm not being silly. There will be one particular change, definitely. Jasprit Bumrah will come back into the side, and the slope at Lords will obviously be one that will be discussed a lot over the 5 days of the test match, and Jasprit Bumrah will be looking forward to using that slope to his advantage as well. Now the question is, who gives way for Jasprit Bumrah? Is it Nitish Kumar Reddy or is it Prasidh Krishna? Because Prasidh Krishna is rated very highly, but it has been proved at Edgbaston that the job can be done by three seamers. Four will be one too many, perhaps. We had an example of that at Headingley, and therefore Prasidh Krishna might give way to Jasprit Bumrah. And as usual, will there be another change in the bowling department? The argument will be that we've done extraordinarily well with five bowlers in the last test match. Why tinker around with the bowling combination? But there, of course, there'll be a bit of temptation to try and see if Kuldeep Yadav can be squeezed in place of Nitish Kumar Reddy, or will Nitish Kumar Reddy give way to Sai Sudarshan? It all depends on what exactly the team management would want to bolster, whether it's the batting department or the bowling department. They did well to pad up the lower order of the team, and that is proved to be a good move because Washington Sundar made some contribution, and of course Jadeja has always been extremely useful under pressure. Will there be a change for Karun Nair in the batting order? That's another thing that they need to think about. He was promoted up the order, and quite obviously, people just going by numbers would think of Karun Nair's place being in doubt for the Lord's Test. But what also needs to be factored in is the value he brings as a slip fielder. He was really good behind the stumps, and the kind of confidence is given the entire team by way of being calm and composed and being absolutely magnificent with his safe pair of hands. He was obviously a breath of fresh air because India did not really catch that well in the first test, but they did improve upon it in the second test, and they just about took everything that came their way. So that's exactly what they would like to continue as well. The Indian team has obviously got a few pleasant headaches as far as picking the 11 is concerned, and Gautam Gambhir will not complain because these kind of headaches is a coach's dream and delight as well. Now let's look at what the England team will be looking to do for the Lord's Test. They might toy around with the idea of playing Jofra Archer, and a lot of polarized views as far as roping in Jofra Archer into the 11, because some feel it's a bit too early and some feel that is just about the kind of firepower that is needed in the England attack. Jofra Archer, we all know, can be quick, can be really a handful in terms of making the ball seam off the surface. But whenever a bowler comes back to cricket after recovering from an injury, the confidence levels are always low. And we also have to understand that the current Indian batting lineup is high on confidence and they'll be capable of handling Jofra Archer. But from Archer's point of view, he's just had a few overs in county cricket, and quite obviously his fitness is something that everybody is happy about, and that's the reason he's been drafted into the squad. But playing a test match is a different ball game altogether. Once he gets onto the field, there is no let up, there can't be any respite, and he has to go all out. Whether his body can take the workload of a test match is something that nobody knows until and unless he gets onto the field and goes through the paces and bowls the overs as efficiently and as quickly in terms of pace. Uh, but it's all a question of how the team management thinks with regard to his place in the 11 and how desperate they are to add some firepower into their ranks. So it's all nicely poised. Test number 3, and it's Lords. And the Indians have had some happy memories in the past at Lords, and this particular bunch will hope to create a few more pleasant moments to add to that long list of great achievements that India have had at Lords. However, England will come back hard because they're licking their wounds and they did not really expect India to beat them so handsomely, and that too at Edgbaston. So a wounded tiger or a wounded lion is always dangerous, and this particular England side, which is always positive, is always looking to try and collar the opposition attack, will come back hard. And therein lies the challenge for the Indian bowlers. They've done well on a flat track at Edgbaston, and with Bumrah adding muzzle to the attack, I'm sure they'll pose a lot of problems for the England batting lineup. So it's all nicely set up, 1-all, as I said earlier, and everything to play for. Will it be Gill who will be beaming with a broad smile at the end of the test match, or will it be Stokes who would be giving interviews with a lot of delight at the end of the test match? We'll have to wait and see. But as of now, there's no clear favorite because India, despite the victory, will be quite wary of the English side, and England, even though they lost the test match at Edgbaston, will be looking to come back hard at the Indians. So, what more do you expect before the start of a test match? Two good sides vying to win the test match, and two good sides obviously capable of entertaining the crowds. And there's no saying which side is better, at least on paper. And these are the kind of things that you need before the start of a test match. And obviously, let's fasten our seatbelts and look forward to a fantastic test match at Lords. Until I catch up with you next time, be good and stay safe.